The Ultimate Trivia Podcast.
Welcome to the Ultimate Trivia Podcast, the show where knowledge is power and laughter is our only reward. I am your host, Andy. We've got the whole crew in the house. And Walt25, say hey, Nick.
Hey, everybody.
BM Queener on Instagram, Big B in the house.
What's happening?
Hey, baby. Kelly, K-Ray, 22.
Hey, yo.
Where's that 22 come from?
Basketball number?
That's right. I knew that already. Good doctor.
Hey.
Good DR13. What's going on?
Hey, greetings and salutations.
Awesome. All right. My Instagram is Andy_TUTP. You can find those links. Nobody cares?
Nobody cares.
Oh, well. All right. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. We have a quick announcement before we get to our main format. We have a merch store. We put together a series of apparel so far. We'll be adding to it as it goes on with products, stickers, koozies, You
name it.
Our marketing team is constantly
Underwear?
brainstorming all the new items.
So is it like women's fashion or what are we talking here?
Yeah, high fashion, obviously.
Okay, like hats?
Well, I expect at the Oscars next month for somebody to be wearing
Okay.
TUTP.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And
Can you make that happen?
I don't know that I have any control over that,
Okay.
but we'll see.
I thought you were connected. I thought that's how we got this off the ground.
Oh, no.
Is you knew people in the industry.
Sheer will. That's all it was.
Okay.
Well,
I'll put a call out to Scarlett. and see
shout
if
out
she'll
to
put
the
some
marketing team for all the help.
No doubt about it. We've got a new logo. It is being debuted on social media well before you'll be hearing this show, but we're pretty excited about it, and we got great plans. We've talked about that in previous episodes, and as that unfolds, we'll keep you posted. All right. Nick's going to be our host tonight. He assures us he's got us a quirky style trivia tonight, and that is very intriguing.
I hope it lands.
Yeah,
I really do.
I look forward to hearing the description. But before we get to all of that, our question of the week comes in from Jordan. What's the dumbest purchase you've ever made? What is the dumbest thing you've ever spent your hard-earned dollars on? Probably way too many of those dollars. You absolutely regret it. And for this room, I don't expect this to be a part of it, but will you ever actually divulge how much money you spent?
I have a list.
I know. Well, I
I
also
bought
have a list.
a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
We're already showing people how dumb we are with them. Can't answer these questions.
Can
Now
I-
we're giving more insight.
I'll
to,
go. Can I go
geez.
first on this
I
one?
beg you to.
Love it.
Engagement ring. Hands down, biggest mistake.
I thought he was going to say that hat.
Oh, nice work.
Love this.
No,
hat.
I do love the
Look
hat.
great in that paper.
You can't say dumbest mistake. You have daughters.
There
That's
you
true.
go. Look
Yeah,
at Nick being
Look for
the
that.
voice
Look for
of
the bright
reason.
side.
Yeah.
Look for the bright side.
Thanks for
Way to
calling me
ruin
out.
that.
I tried.
Yeah.
I think my daughters listen sometimes.
Love you, girls.
That's right.
Love you.
Yeah. Kelly, I know you have a good story because I look over your shoulder and it reminds me every time I see it.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
What was that? What year was that? 2006 NL All-Star Game.
Yep.
I was hosting St. Louis first year at Busch Stadium 3. We went to the NL All-Star Convention during that weekend.
That's 2009.
9. Yep. I was just
All-Star
about
game
to
was
say that.
2009.
Okay.
All-Star game?
That was
Yeah,
the summer
it
of
was.
Andy.
Sure, I
Trust me.
just shot in the dark.
Summer of Andy.
I'll get to that
We'll
if
come
I
back.
need to.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
I can tell you where you lived in 2009. too,
Yeah,
if you
I
want.
don't. Millstat?
You were.
Okay, that was a good guess on my part.
Yeah, it was.
But it was a long evening before that, and went to the All-Star Convention, and there was just a mess of memorabilia, baseball memorabilia everywhere, and it was like a flea market. And I happened to see this old-timey glove, and I flipped it over, and on the hand strap it says Kelly, my name. I'm like, I got to buy this. I look down, it's like $90, and I'm like, Brian's like, that's $90. I'm like, I don't care. It's got my name on it. It's cool.
You didn't barter for it at all?
No, not at
Or,
all.
I mean,
I was like, cool story. Or Scott said that.
I think it's a
Yeah.
bargain.
Well, and you also bought a Stan Musial wool jersey for like $1 million.
$450.
Yes.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I wear it every opening day.
It's the only time you can. You can't wear it in July when it's
No,
500 degrees.
it's wool. Like it's itchy. It's scratchy.
Yeah.
I think he might have worn it. I don't know.
All right. We need to get that in under glass. And, well, then he couldn't wear it to opening day, I guess.
Why would I spend that much money on something and not wear it?
We just put
okay.
a nail in the wall and hang it with a hanger, and then you can take it off whenever you want.
We could do that.
There you go. Nick, you got anything?
Oh, probably too many. Try to think and
2 basements.
It's a waste of money.
There's no such thing as having too many basements. I disagree with
Fair
that.
enough. Fair enough.
Trying to think more of my youth, when you started having money coming in. I did once buy, I don't know if you guys remember them. I think it was, as seen on TV, one of those belts you put around your abs and it would shock your abs. It's like you're doing 1 million sit-ups in 2 minutes. One of those.
Hilarious.
So I bought one of those and I'm wearing it. The funniest part, I remember, I can't remember which one of my siblings saw me. I'm wearing it, doing my crunches while sitting on the couch eating a ham sandwich, watching TV.
Casually.
Get my ab workout in while eating a sandwich.
Did you make a martini and put it on top and just let it stir it for you, just let it shake it up?
That was a pretty stupid purchase. Even though the device maybe it worked. I don't know.
At net zero, maybe
Oh,
you're
that's
eating a
funny.
sandwich
It
while
probably does work or something. But yeah, that feels like a pretty dumb one.
Yeah.
especially
That's good.
how I used it. While eating food and watching TV.
Wow.
But in my head, that made sense. I'm buying this so I don't have to do sit-ups and I can just sit here and watch.
It made sense. I get it.
I heard today in my day job, which I'm not really able to talk about
Sure.
for legal reasons, but someone was telling me that they have a vibrating plate, and there's 3 settings, and each setting is supposed to simulate whether you're walking, jogging, or sprinting. And it simulates, just standing on this plate, simulates
I think
all of the muscle
okay.
engagement.
I thought you
of
meant
those
like a
3.
dinner plate, and it makes it
that's what
harder
I-
to eat. Makes the food's moving
that's where I
around.
was
And
going. That's
No, they do make a spoon that does that. That like it wiggles, so it makes it difficult to eat as much food at one time.
I'll just throw it on and start.
is it like
Just start using your hands.
a shake weight with a spoon?
Yes. You need that to tell yourself to stop eating too much.
So it's just a plate you stand on, and as it moves, like it just makes you have to balance and use. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
your muscles get all
Wow.
twitchy.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, I was having trouble thinking of one, but Nick, that helps me out because I bought. Do you remember Tybo?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Billy Blanks.
Billy
Billy
Blanks.
Blanks.
It was a
Just
workout
kicking
video
that
series.
Tybo.
Now this is
I've
going
never
back.
heard this before.
Really?
No.
Tybo is like a combination.
No,
like,
I know what Tybo is. That
Oh,
you bought it.
This
Oh.
is like
He hasn't told anybody this.
Oh, apparently not.
2000, 2001.
Wow.
That's a long time ago.
Okay.
VHS cassettes that you would do home workouts.
That's when you're in DeSoto.
Then yeah,
Okay.
Your
DeSoto.
memory
Wow.
is something else.
And I
tried.
inadvertently kicked Cindy, my wife.
Spin kick.
No, it's like it was a back kick.
Oh, beautiful.
She lost the baby.
Donkey kick.
That's
I
right.
donkey
Was
kicked
she
her.
getting lippy or something?
No, she wasn't.
lost the
No,
baby.
I hit her different. Yeah, and it startled her and made her cry.
Well, sure.
Yeah. But anyway, I used it like obviously twice.
Yeah.
Now I didn't eat like Nick did when I was doing the workout. I actually made an attempt
You were doing it
to
wrong.
do the
Ice
the
cream
workout.
cone in one hand and
Yeah.
Tybo in the other.
I would give a lot of money to see Scotty doing Tybo.
I would
mean,
agree. No doubt.
I'm not sure what the limit would be. But it would be a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, if you go to our merch store, that could be on there. That could be something we sell.
Yeah,
I'd
hey.
love to. I'd love
That's
to
right.
see
A
that.
silhouette of a back kick from the doc.
That should be our logo.
We gotta have.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
How about you?
I have a couple that rolled through my brain
Well, let's keep it to one then.
when I was. No, you know me. I always got to give 2 or 3 of
Was
them.
it like a pasta pot or something?
Oh my goodness! Did I tell that story out loud? Have I shared that? on
Oh,
the air yet?
was it a hunting license?
Oh, what a waste of money.
a gun,
Gun.
a bullet, a bow,
Bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Well, what do I need to answer?
A spotlight
wood,
criminal?
wood for a tree stand.
This is all like in the last 6 months. Yeah, right.
You know a lot of dumb things like all this equipment.
Yeah, right. That nobody's listening to.
Start a podcast while you're at it.
Well, Andy, we're out of time. Sorry.
Yeah, moving on. I guess.
Sorry, we took up your time.
Oh man. Well,
Unless you have one better than those, there's no point.
when I first started dating my wife, we went to the county fair.
Oh boy.
And, obviously I was trying to impress her. We were in high school, but I had a job that I, carried some cash around with.
Back it up. County Fair is in down Fairgrounds in Belleville.
Belleville,
and
yeah.
you're trying to impress her.
So I took her to the Belleville County Fair,
That's
baby. Of
what
course
you
I did.
do.
High
Yeah.
society.
Right?
Hook,
High
line, and
society.
sinker.
I get it.
No,
yeah.
no doubt. No doubt. But, played the dart game to win her a teddy bear. And the guy was such a fast talker that he just kept saying, give me more money and you get a bigger bear.
Oh,
So
boy.
I just kept handing over money.
How much did you spend for that teddy bear?
It was more than $75 by
wow.
the time it
Was
was
this
all
Domino's
Wow.
pizza money?
Yes, it was back in
Okay.
the day.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
So that
Nice teddy bear, I bet.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
high
and
quality.
I think she still has it actually.
Well, I hope so.
Oh,
that's
better.
It's at least
That's nice.
meaningful. Maybe not. Maybe we've gotten rid of it over the years. I
Probably.
haven't seen it in a while. But the other one that always sticks out in my mind is after I graduated from college and I got my first teaching job. I was a public educator, a high school math teacher. I went out and my celebratory gift was a big Nissan Titan to myself. I did say I was a public school educator in my first year and had no business taking on the
full-size
payment
truck?
that I took on. So that truck
Right.
didn't last long. But
Sure.
anyway, it was my becoming an adult present.
Not
to
too bad.
myself.
No, it's-
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jordan, for submitting such a wonderful question for us to discuss. If you'd like to send us a question to answer, please do so at our email, theultimatetriviapodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on all the social media sites. Check out the show notes for our links to our individual Instagrams as well as the show page. All right. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned our website, theultimatetriviapodcast.com, is where you can find a link to the merch store. Get yourself a shirt. When someone asks you about it, tell them it's the best darn podcast you've ever heard in your life, whether you mean it or not. Good?
I agree.
We ready for some trivia here?
Let's do it.
All right. Nick, it's your show, brother.
All right.
I'm excited to play.
Well, thank you, Andy. All right, gentlemen. Tonight's trivia, I call it trivia with a twist. Okay. I really don't have a synopsis for it because I really don't know how to describe it. I'm going to ask questions. The answers are going to, not be, they're going to seem obvious, but the answer might be, give you time to pause. Make you think a little bit, and be like, oh, wow, okay. So trivia with a little bit of a twist. The answers will seem a little bit obvious, but maybe they won't be.
I love
Okay.
Get
this.
it? Okay.
It
Immediately.
was almost like trick questions.
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. I think this first one will really, lay the foundation
Okay.
for
Got it.
this type of trivia.
Okay.
Okay.
And I do expect you guys to do pretty well.
Okay.
I think I do have a showstopper or two, but I think you guys should do well.
Those are more
I'm
fun.
talking
Yes.
to them or me too or everybody.
Everybody, but
okay.
I
All right,
include the
fair
whole
enough.
group
Okay.
when I
Okay. I
say
appreciate that.
you guys.
Very nice.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
So everybody ready?
It's time for the main event, our 10-question trivia game with trivia with a twist. And Nick will be your host. Here's how it works. Nick will read the questions aloud. The rest of us will write our answers on our whiteboard. When Nick says reveal, we'll turn our answers around and he will tell us if we're right or not. If we are, we get a point. If we're not, well, we'll talk about it and probably make fun of each other. That's how it works. Let's see who ends up on top today. Nick, don't suck.
All right. Here we go, gentlemen. First question. What is the exact date marking the start of the 21st century?
Oh, man.
All right.
This epised, I could feel already is going to be just
this
right
is to
with
give you some
confidence.
indication. It seems obvious, but maybe it's not.
The 21st century.
And maybe it is obvious, and maybe the answer is still obvious. But now that there's could be a twist to each one of these questions. Maybe some do, maybe some don't. But it's going to get, like I said, it should give you a second. You're going to pause and be
Now
like,
I
wait.
want you to read it again just to make
Sure.
sure I heard it.
So,
yeah.
what's the exact date marking the start of the 21st century?
First date. Okay.
Yeah, the exact date of the start of the 21st century.
I don't like
Yeah.
this. I do like
Yeah.
it. I'm glad you wrote this trivia.
Yes.
I can
And-
see where this is going
Yes,
quickly.
and I actually got this idea. This exact question was on Jeopardy. Yeah.
Okay.
And since starting this podcast, I've been watching that show way more.
Oh, yeah, me
yeah.
too, actually.
I do pretty good.
Yeah.
I know, surprisingly.
I'm shocked.
But they're super fast.
I've seen that. I've seen that episode, and I'm
Yeah.
still having dilemma.
It makes
like
you,
I still have.
question. Like at first, you'd be like,
Now-
"Oh, this is simple." But
I've
it makes
changed
you
my
think.
answers 3 times already.
All right, I think everybody has an answer. Kelly might be going for his
Hold
fourth
on.
change. I'm waiting on Brian. I mean, there's not a ton of options here.
There's 2 options in my opinion.
Sure,
but
you
now-
gotta pick
now
one.
I'm-
You gotta pick one, B.
Kelly, have you gone through 3 different answers or you keep flip-flopping?
Flip-flopping.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Great Seinfeld episode on this, by the way. Or skit, I guess.
Is there? Oh, I didn't remember that.
Thinking
All right.
the same thing.
Yeah.
If it's true.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It is a comedy show.
Still waiting on Brian. You good?
All right. I changed it again.
For the seventh
I
time.
feel like I should have went with my first
All
one.
right,
But now,
so-
whatever.
One last time, then we'll reveal. We're
I'm not
looking
going to
for
win anyway. We know that.
we're looking for the exact date that is the start of the 21st century. Everybody, please reveal. All right, Doc has January 1st, 2001. Kelly has the same. Andy has the same. Brian has January 1st, 1900.
Oh,
I saw where you're going. That was the wrong option, but
You went the wrong
That
way.
is a twist.
That was the 20th century.
I know, but yeah.
maybe.
never mind.
I mean,
Maybe.
Either
So I was
way.
thinking it was 1/1/2000.
Okay. Well, that's what you're supposed to think. But the correct answer for the three guys that got it right, which is Andy, Kelly, and Scott, is January 1st, 2001. So the century, well, the millennium. I guess I could read the whole flavor text, but basically, it starts January 1st, 2001, and would go through. You know what I'm saying?
So what I'm saying is like, so in my mind, I'm like, it's 1/1/2000.
That's what I
Well,
thought
I'm like,
too.
that's obvious.
Well, that was a
So
dilemma.
then I'm like, well, then I started thinking about 21st century. I was like, people like thinking of the phrase "Welcome to the 21st century."
Yes.
I'm like, well, wait, is that the last? So then I was like, then I overthought it,
You overthought
but I
it.
would have been wrong either
Well,
way.
because
I was going to be wrong either way.
1
so.
to 99. Well, that's your dilemma. Does it start at 0 or does it start at 1?
Well, and that's why this is kind of the tricky part of the trivia because year one, did we start? Was there a year and then we got to year one AD or whatever? I actually don't know the answer to that.
According to
it?
Seinfeld, there was no year 0.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you start with 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
No,
the
it's
first century.
I get it.
which
Yeah.
has
For sure.
everything a number at all
Yeah.
the centuries
So
are
then
a number
101
ahead.
to 199 is the second century.
Yeah. So there you go.
Quirky.
So, does that
I
make
dig
sense?
it.
The
Well,
questions make sense now.
I like it more now that I got it
Yeah.
right.
I don't know. I got some stuff about the Gregorian calendar, but basically that's what you got. Okay. 2001. It would be January 1st, 2001 is the beginning of the 21st century.
Okay.
There you go. I would think most people would think 2000.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's what I
knee-jerk
thought.
reaction, right?
Yeah.
As soon as the numbers, turn over to the new front numbers.
All right. Everybody ready for question 2?
Yeah, let's have
All right. Question number 2.
All right.
What does the distress signal SOS stand for?
Oh, man.
SOS, gentlemen. What does it stand for?
I can do it on Morse code. God, dog.
How do you
it's
know
in
Morse
there.
code? That's a different conversation, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. How do we know anything we know?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Holy useless stuff.
What does the distress signal SOS stand for? Looks like Kelly squared away. Doc, you look like
Do you
you're
know
good
this,
to go.
Kelly?
I don't. It's just a guess.
Andy is writing. Brian's still deep in thought. You got to come up with something.
I've heard it before, but
I let the first question go pretty long. I got to start reining that in a little bit.
You're
We're going
good,
to have
you're
like a
good.
2-hour episode, I imagine.
5, 4, 3,
Squid Game now?
All right.
2, 1.
All right. Let's go ahead and reveal. SOS stands for. Andy says, send out sailors. Brian doesn't know. Send out signal from Kelly. And Scott has send out services.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We don't have a correct answer.
Oh, I thought Scotty was on it.
It doesn't mean anything.
What?
That's their quirky
There's
trip.
the twist.
Quirky.
Curveball.
It doesn't. I really don't want to read all the flavor text, but it does have something to do with Morse code.
So it's
does.
3 short bursts, 3 long bursts, 3 short bursts, 3 long
Dot,
bursts.
dot, dot,
Yeah.
dash, dash, dash,
Yes.
dot, dot, dot.
So
That's right.
it's
Easily-
it's just
easily
related to
distinguishable.
that, so they know what that means. Yeah.
Evidently.
So
Yeah.
it kind of has
It just
meaning.
happens to align with the Morse code letters, I
yeah,
guess. Maybe.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it is not an abbreviation in the traditional sense. It was introduced in 1905. It was chosen because a combination of 3 short and 3 long signals was easy to transmit and hard to misinterpret. Mm-hmm. So there
Easily
you go.
distinguishable.
Yes. So that's what it's for. It doesn't mean a darn thing.
Okay, I didn't know that was
Yeah.
on the table. Not that I would have even got to
Now
that.
you know.
Now
I
you know.
Now nothing.
Now
has
you
any
know
meaning. That's
nothing
the
can be an
to
answer.
All of
Yes. So Brian, if you would have left yours blank,
Right?
I may have had to take it.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I may have had to take it now that we think about
Mind
that.
blown.
That's
Which is
true.
crazy because as you were waiting, he's like, Brian, you got to write down something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going
Saboteur.
to.
You probably you should have wrote nothing then. All right.
I'm kidding.
I love it.
Yes. All right. Let's
So I give it
move.
a point.
Good stuff though. All right. Question number 3. What color is the recording box on an airplane? It is often referred to as the black box.
I don't like you.
But this one, you really don't have to be, a trivia like whiz. Like, you don't have to know dates and that kind of stuff. That's
It's like
kind of why I
riddles.
wrote this.
It's just riddles.
Yeah, it's a little bit more like riddles.
who's
You
seen
gotta know a little
box?
something.
Well, I worked on airplanes. I am aware of these kind of things. But
okay.
yeah, no, there is a
It's obviously not black.
there's a box on every airplane that records, I think, everything in the cockpit and that kind of stuff, and it's supposed to be like indestructible. They call it the black box.
What color is
What
it?
color is it?
Yeah.
You know?
My answer doesn't make sense, but I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
If I think it through, I don't know why
Is
you
your
would use, I
answer-
don't know why you would use this color.
Is your answer nothing?
Invisible.
Remember that is an option on the table. All right, everybody have an answer? All right, so what color is the black box on an airplane? Let's reveal. Kelly has orange. Brian wrote no color, so apparently it's translucent or something. Andy has
see-through,
black
see-through.
and Scott has red. We do have a correct answer. It's Kelly. It is orange.
Orange, okay.
It is orange. It needs to stand out.
I had
so
no
they
idea.
can, so they can, so they can find
They
it.
can find it.
I had no idea, so I went
No,
with
no,
what we talked
I
about.
dig it. I mean, you learn from your past mistakes, we'll call it.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah, no, it's bright orange. That way, yeah, it can be found in the wreckage and everything
Yeah,
else.
it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Nothing in nature is that color, right?
But
So
what a
stands
terrible
out.
name for an orange box. So
Yeah.
why call it black box?
You got history on this?
Let
I'd
me
love
see
to
here.
know where it got its name.
Cockpit voice recorder. The color is practical, vivid. Okay, the black box. No, it does. I guess I should have dug a little deeper to find out why they call it the black box. I honestly don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, well, there you go.
There it is.
Yeah. All right. Question number 4.
Okay.
All right.
4 already.
Yeah, we're kind of cruising a little bit. Yeah. Well, I'm not reading all the flavor text. You know,
Get after it. We got to learn some
I know what you're saying, but you know, if it doesn't tell me why they call it a black box, I really don't care. You know?
That's true.
The orange part makes sense. The black box part doesn't. All right. Question number 4. Which animal is responsible for the most human deaths each year, far outpacing even predators like the shark or the lion? So, which animal is responsible for the most human deaths each year?
One hundo.
You
Yeah, I'm
got
pretty,
it?
Pretty
You
sure.
locked?
I can't give
You
it a
locked?
hundo, but I'm really confident on this answer.
We do know that Andy is responsible for the fewest amount of animal deaths
Fewest
each
deaths
year.
on Earth.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
God dang it.
I've heard this before. I still had to guess, so I couldn't remember
Yeah.
it. But I'm going to go with what I thought it was, but I'm probably wrong.
Yeah. I mean, this one, I feel like you can, get a decent guess in on it. Everybody have an answer, though?
Yep.
All right. What animal kills the most of us? We have mosquito from Kelly, from Brian, and from Andy, and humans from Scott, which that is a logical answer, but you're wrong. The answer is mosquitoes. So
Mosquitoes.
Kelly, Brian, and Andy are correct.
Yeah.
The mosquito kills the most of us. Let's see here. Deadliest animal on Earth. Let's see why. I mean, there's a ton of them. They spread diseases. I mean, that's the obvious answer.
Are they listed there? What's outside of like malaria and West Nile?
I mean, they mentioned malaria. They mentioned Zika. Yeah. So they spread diseases, and that's why they're considered the deadliest animal on Earth. Yeah. And when I was reading, kind of doing these questions and running past my son, they're like, "Well, you said animal. It's an insect." Well, I was like, "Animal covers everything."
It's in the
It's
animal.
in the
Like,
animal kingdom.
Like I looked it up. I was like, "Is mosquito considered an animal?" And it said yes. I was like, "Okay, I'm good."
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I always worry about that. I always worry when I'm writing one of these episodes, like I'm like, I missed a key element to it,
nuance.
and I'm gonna look like an idiot. But
You
feel
always
good
do.
about it. So
It's under the kingdom class orders under Animalia.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they start,
Insects.
Just
and
like humans are.
Invertebrates. Yeah, touche.
Number two.
all right, we're going to question number 5, and then
Is anybody keeping
Kelly, you're keeping score, right? I forgot to ask.
I checked on that, yes.
I got it.
All right, old reliable. All right, and then we'll do a score check after this one. What was the maiden name of Eleanor Roosevelt?
Okay. Dang it.
Bet my wife knows this.
My wife didn't know this, and she watched I think there was like a whole like a 4-part series on Eleanor Roosevelt. She made it sound like Eleanor Roosevelt was awesome. If there was someone from the past that should have been like the first female president, she's like, it should have been her.
Very impressive lady.
Yeah, I don't know much about her, but
Never cared for a person.
she didn't do much for Brian.
Did you had a bad run-in with her? Exactly.
All right, one more time. What was Eleanor Roosevelt's maiden name?
All right, we're gonna run with it.
Yeah. Looks like everybody has an answer except
Brian's
for
right.
Brian. I feel like I know what Brian's answer is going to be.
Brian, leave it blank. She didn't have one.
That's what I figured. His answer is going to be like nothing.
First name only, like Madonna.
Eleanor.
All right. We're going to find out here in a minute what is Eleanor Roosevelt's maiden name. Let's reveal. Andy has Roosevelt. Brian has Roosevelt. So does Kelly. So does and Scott has Jefferson. Roosevelt is the correct
Yeah,
answer.
that's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting enough, yeah. They were like fifth cousins.
Oh,
Yeah, a little bit of relation there. I mean, this was the old time.
right in the sweet spot.
You know.
Keep those bloodlines pure, but it's not illegal.
Yeah. But, yeah. Again, I'm not going to read the whole flavor text, but yeah, they were fifth cousins. And
Why do you write it?
I mean, I write it just in case, I don't know. I don't like reading it all. Usually I stumble
You
half
don't
the
like
time
reading.
too.
Yeah, I get you.
I probably should wear glasses more often and I don't want to. So
Get an AI
It's a
voice to read
9-year-old
it.
age.
maybe I should do
Ooh,
that.
that's not bad.
Yeah, that could be interesting. All right. Well, that's 5. So and that one. So yeah, Brian, Kelly, and Andy were all correct. Scott, you swung a miss on that one with Jefferson, right? So
Correct.
let's get a recap.
We'll go from the bottom to the top. Scott's coming in with a lovely 1.
Yep.
Brian has 2. Andrew has 3, and I have 4.
1, 2, 3,
coming
4.
for you.
Well,
1, 2,
doing
3,
well.
4.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Second half.
Everybody's still in the game.
I think everybody literally is still
everybody's still in the
a
mix.
viable option with this
Everybody's
type
still
of
in the
trivia.
mix. All right. Question number 6. From a previous episode, we all know the adult human has 206 bones. We know that. We had a question before about, the largest animal on Earth. It was the blue whale, which I got wrong at that time. That skeleton could have more than 356 bones. So, kind of give you a perspective.
Okay.
How many bones does a shark have?
How many did the whale have?
The whale can have 300. It gave me a range for the whale, but 356 or more.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah, they can have more. It was like 356 to 365 or something like
Depends
that.
on if it's male or female.
It could. I don't know.
Are you trying to trick us
Yeah,
with
that's
your
true. Actually,
It's
your perspective? Are you trying to trick us with your perspective?
Trivia with a twist. So
So you're trying to trick us with your perspective
it's
too.
supposed to be a little bit tricky. Yeah,
Okay,
a little bit.
all right.
Yeah. So
do you know what that bone
Can
is
you
called?
ask the question one more time?
yeah, basically at the end of the day, how many bones
The whale
does a
penis?
shark have?
It's a dork.
It's okay. That is a slang term, I believe. The actual bone inside most mammals, humans are one of the few ones. It's called a baculum.
Oh,
There you go. Knowledge dropped. Boom.
that's not part of my episode. So
Oh well, good.
Yeah,
That's
but
not quirky.
You could say that. Yeah, it wasn't tricky. All right. Does everybody have an answer?
I do.
All right. Let's see what you guys think of as far as how many bones does a shark have. Let's reveal. Doctor has 0. Kelly has 0. Brian has 26, and Andy has 0. The correct answer is 0.
All cartilage, baby.
It is all cartilage. It is all cartilage. And I did give thought to this. Like somebody may talk about, bring up teeth or something like that. So I made sure I did, research that teeth are not considered bones and everything else. But yeah, shark, one of the deadliest animals on Earth. No bones.
Boneless.
I found that very
cartilage.
interesting.
Coward.
Yeah. He's boneless. No backbone.
Spineless.
Yeah. But
I guess
I found that
I guess
interesting.
I was thinking with the jaw being as strong as his, there had to be some bones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
good point.
That's-
'cause you
that's what I
see
was thinking of.
skeletons of that, and it looks very bony.
And then,
we've seen-
and then I thought of like tail, like the or
Sure.
the back. Like that's why I was like
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess a low number though, because it doesn't seem like there'd be many.
Yeah.
But I figured it had to be some, especially with the jaw. Sure. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
It's
thought,
interesting. No,
yeah,
it's
I
great.
thought 1 for the
interesting.
jaw. Like
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
interesting.
jawbone.
Your
Yeah.
logic makes sense, and
Yeah.
I didn't dive into it. Like, I do have some concern. Like, there could be a type of shark that does have bones. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Because, no, we have all seen the shark jaws, and that looks like bones. But
Cartilage.
it's,
I
it's
get
all
it.
cartilage. Yeah.
cartilage.
It's interesting.
So, I mean, if there is a shark out there, I apologize for missing that one. But
Sorry, shark.
yeah. I do the Googling. This was a fun episode to write, just like looking for this kind of information.
bet.
It's fun. Yeah. It is fun. Moving on to question number 7.
do it.
I don't expect anyone to really know this one, but I thought that's a kind of a showstopper. So, in the 19th century, in Corrine, Utah, vending machines were a little bit different back then.
Oh boy.
All right. But there was something specific that was sold for $2.50, and it is not food related. What did they sell out of a vending machine in Corrine, Utah back in the late 19th century?
19th century.
So we're talking,
vending machine.
late 19th century. It's not food related. And it costs $2.50.
That's pricey.
My kid was saying that seemed kind of pricey. I didn't do like the
Right.
the math on it to see like how much that would
Feels,
be today.
yeah, feels pricey.
I mean, I think for what it is and what it does, I feel like it's pretty cheap.
Hundo.
Yeah. You're going hundo? I love that. I love the confidence.
You know this fact?
I don't know it.
No.
I just feel good.
It just feels good about it. I love it.
I just feel like I have a warm feeling inside.
Like this one, I don't expect anybody to know this. I mean, yeah, I'd never heard of this before.
I didn't even know they had vending machines.
Yeah, I mean, what would that look like even?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with one of these items in there. It's an interesting thing. I found it very interesting, and I was like, I'm putting that in there.
I feel like my answer I have heard associated with this before, but I don't. This is not a family-friendly answer, so I'm not overly.
I was wondering if I should put more hints in it, but I was like, no, let's.
Yeah.
You know, it's just going to be very surprising at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, late 19th century, we're in Corrine, Utah. The vending machines sell some non-food items, and this one costs $2.50. What is this interesting item? Let's reveal. We have Andy has cocaine. We have snowshoes from Brian. Guns from Kelly.
That's a good answer.
And beard or mustache oil from Scott. Great answers. Really are.
Dang it.
None of them are correct, though.
Okay.
Was it a pick?
Divorce papers.
Oh, yes. I love it. Wow.
That is
Incredible.
That is insane.
If I remember, mine were much more expensive than that.
Yeah, I bet so.
Yeah. Like, I love to know the conversion. I mean,
Wow.
compared to what it costs
Oh,
today to get a divorce.
That's funny.
$2.50.
Not bad.
Oh, it's a bargain.
In Mormon country
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's why it was so cheap. You had to buy like 10 of them. You know,
Well, did that,
Yeah, that's true.
were Mormons even around at that point?
That was the beginning.
Yeah.
You don't remember that.
1870s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were there. I was trying to think of something Mormon related, but I
was
couldn't,
too.
couldn't
Yeah.
rack my brain.
A wife.
Yeah.
Okay. You can buy people in the vending machine. Right. No,
You could do
It was a
that.
different era.
Yeah. That one had to go
Early
in
in the
just 'cause
19th, maybe?
I just found that super interesting.
Yeah. I want
Divorce
flavor
papers.
text. I want to learn about this.
All right. Let's see here.
That's
All right.
funny.
So this practice was only known to occur in the small town of Corrine. Due to the religious and cultural environment of the time, divorce laws in Utah were notably lenient compared to other parts of the country, making it possible for individuals to obtain a divorce with minimal legal hassle.
Oh.
So,
Fascinating.
There
Yeah.
would be a lot more divorces
Yes.
if you could impulsively
Yeah,
go
put
to
a dollar
vending
in the
machine.
machine.
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's because of,
Go to Vegas, do it, have a good time, get remarried
There you
afterwards.
go.
like the Mormons, basically Utah territory, them kind of taking over, Brigham Young and the federal government clashing with them.
Yeah.
I think that's why the federal government put in like you can only marry one person, because of that, combating them. But all right, very interesting stuff. All right, moving on to number 8, then we'll get another score recap. All right,
8.
you guys ready?
Ready.
Sir.
What specific garment are Major League Baseball umpires required to wear under their uniform? It's a garment, and I do require a color.
Oh,
So every
shoot.
MLB umpire has to wear, when I say specific garment, so we're looking for the garment itself and the color. Every umpire has to wear.
Couldn't be like a chest protector. 'cause
No,
that's-
so this is under the uniform that the MLB umpires have to wear.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
You need a color too.
And a color. I require a color. Ooh, Andy is deep in thought over there.
I can't tie it even down to something that makes sense from a rule standpoint. I mean,
Sure.
obviously, I get that they want them to look uniform, but under everything,
Yeah.
a single item,
They're all required to
the
wear it.
color is specific.
Yes. Again, I find this stuff
Struggling.
interesting.
All right, I'm gonna put something down.
All right, Andy's writing. Looks like everybody else has an answer. I'll read it one more time. MLB umpires are required to wear a specific garment under their uniforms. I am requiring the color. Andy, are you good?
I don't like my answer, but I can't come up with anything better.
One last time. MLB umpires are required to wear a specific garment under their uniforms. I do want the color. Let's reveal. Brian has black underwear. We have black socks from Andy. Kelly has white t-shirt, and Brian has black suspenders.
Scott.
We have a correct answer. It's black underwear.
Oh, what?
It is black underwear.
Nice job,
yes. I was actually expecting Brian to write nothing. They're not allowed to wear anything
White
under their
nothing.
uniform.
I don't know.
No, they have to wear black underwear, and specifically, it's honestly because, just in case they split their pants.
Oh, sure.
Yes, They if they split their pants, they want it to be, not that noticeable.
What a great nugget.
Yeah.
We got to file that away. That's going to
Yes.
come up.
I mean, I think that's all there. I mean, I'm looking at the flavor text real quick, but yeah, that's what it is. It's, it's like a safety net in case they're squatting and stuff like that. They split their pants. It's not going to be too noticeable. They can continue with the game.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't know if they're required. I should have looked into it more, whether or not they're required to wear like black socks or anything like that. I'm sure that's part of it too.
I
But
bet.
yeah, black underwear is required. Yeah. What do you guys think of that one?
I am, like I said, I'm impressed that we have never heard anything like that.
Never.
Being huge
I like it
sports
because I got it
fans.
right.
Yeah. Well done, B.
I intend to file that away for a future date.
Well, that was 8. Kelly, can we get a score recap?
Score recap. We have Scott with 2, Brian has 3, Andy has 4, and I myself, Kelly, has 5.
Baby.
Ooh,
Come
okay.
on, baby. Come on.
So you have 5. Andy
4.
has 4.
Brian has
You have
3.
All right. With 2 questions left.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
pretty
out.
much you're out the
I'm
mix.
out.
Doc's out of the mix. Brian needs to run the table with these 2 guys not knowing anything. All right.
To
All right.
tie it.
2 left. Number 9. According to USA.gov, what is the official language of the United States of America?
Man. I love it and hate it
I know,
all at once.
I know.
It's so thought provoking.
But it doesn't require. I mean, these questions. I mean, I know it's trivia, but it doesn't. You don't have to be like that knowledgeable, like whether it's history or whatever the topic is. For this kind of stuff. I don't know. Again, I do hope this one lands with the listeners. I hope they enjoy it, but we will have to wait and see. One more time, according to USA.gov.
Read slow, please.
Okay. According to USA.gov, what is the official language of the United States of America?
America.
Still waiting on Andy.
He asked you to read slow, not sexier.
I can't. They go hand in hand with everybody.
I can't help it.
I have trouble doing one without the other. Looks like everybody has an answer. Let's go ahead and reveal. Doc has, we don't have one. Kelly says we don't have one. Brian says New English.
Like his
Andy
answer.
has Anglo-Saxon. We do have the right answer. Kelly and Scotty are correct. We don't have an official language.
And
We
I'm out.
don't.
I knew that. I've heard that.
Yeah.
That one I knew. Hundo.
Yeah. We're a melting pot, man. Yeah. Yeah. But no, that gave me pause as well. Spain, Spanish, France, French, that kind of stuff. But no.
That's
No.
one of my favorite sayings,
Navajo.
actually. Since I speak American.
Navajo.
yeah.
Yeah. Again, not a ton of flavor text on this. Just, again, one of those things I just found interesting.
Good,
Yeah.
because I'm out anyway, so let's
Yeah.
wrap it
So
up.
now you're out.
Everybody's out.
I think everybody's out. Oh, well, we won't ring that bell just yet.
No,
We do
no,
have one more question. All right. Number 10. Which animal with legs is physically incapable of jumping, even though it can run up to 25 miles an hour? What? Yes. Yeah, an animal. I put in the extra part with legs. I wanted to be very specific.
Well, good point. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Is incapable of jumping, but yet it can run 25 miles an hour.
Oh, okay. Something just hit me here.
Got it.
Hundo? Yeah.
You already wanted it.
Now you can be arrogant now for sure.
Yeah.
You, like start talking crap to people, calling people idiots. Maybe the answer is nothing.
Nothing. No animal.
No animal.
ever.
Yeah.
I just thought of one that might be right, but I like mine
I have
better.
a few in my head, and I'd
I'm
like
right-
to
I'm
see
wrong. I lost
whatever
it-
he
I
says.
lost
I'd like to
anyway.
see the other animal jump.
If you're wrong, you mean?
If I'm wrong, I'd like to see this animal jump, and
Yeah.
I think I know what the answer is, and
I'm
it's
with
not
you.
going to be what I got.
All right. Well, one last time. This animal that has legs can run pretty fast, but it cannot jump. Let's reveal. Andy with the hippo, Brian with the kangaroo, Kelly with the elephant, and hippopotamus from Scott. Kelly, you're killing it.
My
You are
goodness.
correct. It is the elephant.
See, I thought about the elephant. I thought about alligator because
Yeah, I did too.
So I
good.
thought about that, but I'm like kangaroo.
Use
Is it
their
a
tail.
hop?
Yeah. No. So when I was writing this,
I lost anyways, so I was like,
no,
yeah, let's
sure.
have some fun with it.
yeah. No, when I was writing this, like I looked up some animals because I thought about like alligator, crocodile. Can they jump? And
Yeah.
I googled it.
Yeah.
No
Yes, they
kidding.
can
They
jump.
use their tail.
And they can jump. So yeah, apparently the elephant, even when it's running, there's always one foot on the ground. Like you've seen elements or animals when they gallop, all 4 legs come off the ground. Mm-hmm. Not this guy.
Speed walker.
They
That's
cannot
the speed
jump.
walking rules.
They cannot jump. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
That is all 10. Before we reveal the winner, I'm just kind of curious. What did you guys think of this one?
I liked it. I
It
loved
was,
it.
Did you
it
dig
was
it?
fantastic.
I loved
fun?
it.
Okay.
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Again, I hope it
did enjoy
resonates with the listeners and everything else. But now that we are through 10, Kelly, the final score tally, please.
We have a tie for third with Brian and Scott with 3. Andy had 4, and your winner with 7.
A runaway victory for Kelly. Very impressive.
You are a quirky guy, so
That's
that makes sense.
That's right at my alley. Just
Yeah.
useless knowledge.
Twisty knowledge.
I think it takes this form of trivia takes the guessing out of it a little bit because coming up with a couple of reasonable answers
Yes.
usually isn't going to get you there.
Yes.
Yeah. And
know,
he
you gotta
looks like he doesn't know anything.
Truth.
Homeless even.
I'm glad you guys liked it, and again, I hope the listeners like it. Do you guys want to hear the tiebreaker just for the heck of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It was just the question was how many teeth can a great white shark produce in a lifetime?
Wow.
Endless number.
You're wrong.
Well, that
It's
would make
a-
for a good tiebreaker. although
I'd
it would
say-
fit the category.
Yeah.
I'd say a couple thousand.
I will help you out. They normally have around 300 teeth.
I'd say
yeah.
10,000.
Okay. B, any idea? Just thought.
I'm gonna say 700.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 300 just for the tone of the episode.
Yeah.
Here.
More like 20,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I get.
They
you know,
constantly, there's
they-
several rows and they just come back. They fall out all
I
the time
watch
and
Shark
they just.
Week a lot. I should know that.
So I got
Yeah.
a question on that though.
I'm
If
not
we
an
would've-
expert, so I
No, it's not about that. It's about the question itself, the format. So about 20,000. How would you have handled?
Well,
Do
okay.
you have a number?
You would've used-
I would have just said 20,000. Like I would have said
Yeah,
specific.
yeah.
20,000 was
Because-
the number I found.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
an
sure-
estimate.
So
I'm
I
sure-
would like
yeah.
so when you said about 300, somebody said at a time. That's why I said
10,000.
700. Basically, like they can do it once and then they're done.
Yeah. I know.
So I was
what you're
thinking like
thinking,
3
yeah.
something, 7. You know what I'm saying?
I like that logic.
That's
Yeah,
what I
I
was
threw in
thinking.
the extra. Like,
Yeah.
I thought about whether or not I wasn't sure if I was even going to use the 300.
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
needed
yeah.
to. Just be like, hey, normally they
Well,
have
you said
300
3
teeth.
something. I thought so. That's why I was like, I'll call it 350, make it
Yeah.
7. You know what I'm
So-
saying? Yeah.
All right. Well, that brings us to the bonus question. You have the knowledge, resources, and money to create and run a new company. There's no limitations. What does your company do?
Oh man.
Yeah. Like I said, unlimited. You can do anything you want to. You're going to run this company, new invention, whatever it is, but what do you decide you're doing?
I think I'm literally doing it right now. Actually, on the podcast. I don't know.
I like it.
I look forward to Thursday nights all week. Like the moment I leave here, I look forward to the next recording night.
Yeah, same.
This is not any of our day jobs, but it is. I have gotten to the point now where when people ask me what I do, I ask them if they want my day job or night job.
Okay.
And I love this very much.
So the problem I have with your answer is we are doing that. So now you have unlimited funds and resources. You can do anything you want to, and you want to do something you're already doing.
Unlimited,
that's a good
unlimited
point.
funds too. You said
Unlimited
funds?
funds, resources, like nothing is off the table. You know, technology that doesn't even exist.
Then-
My company would find research historical items and rebuild them. The pyramids.
Okay.
I know Nick would love this.
I love it. I love it.
The Moai of Easter Island. Just obscure stuff like that, and discover the bottom of the ocean.
There you, I
that's
like
a
that
great
one. I like that one a lot.
Are you bringing the mammoth back?
I don't know if I'm bringing anything
So-
back.
I mean, this
When you
company sounds
say-
pretty diverse right
when
now.
you say unlimited,
It's a parent company.
when you say unlimited funds and resources, childhood cancer.
you would,
'Cause to me, that's
Oh.
the worst thing in the world.
wow.
So I would definitely have a company.
I changed my answer.
Dude,
No, we like
Focus. The
now we all
focus.
feel like crap.
The focus completely on. That's the first thing that pops in my head.
Kelly's
Dang
staring
it.
at the ocean,
Yeah.
and
He wants to do a
Brian's curing
podcast.
cancer.
He wants to see all kinds of cool stuff, and you want to actually do something nice
that-
for people.
Absolutely, the first thing that popped in my head. Because when you said unlimited funds and resources,
Yes.
like if you gave me my dream job, that's different. Or a dream company, you know. But like unlimited funds and resources, then I want to put everything towards childhood cancer because to me that's the worst thing that
Wow.
in this world. So
This guy, man.
Yeah.
Sorry you got to follow
bring
that
it,
one,
I'll bring
Scott.
it back up because it's going to be more
I got
selfish.
a better answer too.
I'm
by the way.
actually nervous now about sharing mine because it's a great idea.
Oh,
But I'm going to say it anyway.
and copyright it at the end or
Yeah, I'll
something.
try to
Trademark.
patent this. Because with technology, they are social profiling us now, right? I mean, they know us intimately. I would do a travel company that plans your perfect vacation based on your social profile. So
That is brilliant.
isn't it?
Yes.
They could literally, let's say it's a man and woman on a honeymoon, they know you so intimately from your phone and your laptop and everything.
Yeah.
They could plan you the perfect vacation.
That's fantastic. However, 20 children just died from cancer while you're saying that.
I don't know. I feel
Brian's
like
perfect vacation is to go to St. Jude Hospital.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like Facebook already does it every time. I'm like, oh, I'd like to go see that place, and now I get advertisements
Shows
nonstop
up.
for it. You know, but no,
Absolutely,
that's a good
yeah.
answer, and I'm surprised it doesn't already exist.
It might.
Yeah,
planning vacations
with
we know
AI
exists,
now.
but I don't know about based on your
Well,
social
I like the thing you and Liz did.
Well, yeah, the pack up and go thing.
They just pack up and go.
Like,
That's
you know,
cool.
they
I think
ask you
that's really
questions
cool.
about what you're
Yeah,
interested
yeah.
in, and they develop one for you. So it's similar to that. Yeah, I get.
Yeah,
I'm with
I
you.
do like that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then you throw AI in the mix,
Yeah.
and I mean,
But but to even take out me having to answer questions like, hey, we have enough info from your social media, we can tell exactly what we should do for you. Yeah.
How about you, Nick?
I gave when I wrote this, I was giving it thought. You know, it never even occurred to me to do something that great for humanity to cure childhood cancer. But you're such a nice person for saying that.
This coming from the guy who wants to be a hitman.
Yeah, I
and-
know. Yeah,
yeah, really.
Also
only-
a social
for the
worker.
kids.
he kills adults, saves the kids. Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
blame him. No, I mean, like things that crossed my mind were time travel. You know,
yeah.
I would develop a time machine. The other thing was space travel. So those were the first two things that popped in my head.
Do the words "flossed in paradise" mean anything to anyone?
Fifth element.
Fifth element.
Fifth element.
The cruise ship flying through space. That's my answer. That's what I would
I
develop.
like it. That's
Okay.
solid.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's what popped in my head first.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
stuff that we have wanted to achieve and we
Yeah,
were not
absolutely.
able to.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But I still
that.
feel very, low level after Brian answered.
Inadequate.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Such a nice thing. But
It's just,
well, that's all I got.
Cool.
Andy, I'll turn it back over to you to finish out the
man.
show, man.
Yeah, do
Thanks.
that
Thank
again.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can
There's something in that arena.
try to do that again. There was a few that I had a few other quirky like little facts I was going to throw out there, but I'm going to reserve those and see if I can do a second one of these.
Yeah, good.
And Nick, we're not always on the same page, but I do want to say I almost enjoyed that. So thank you.
I thought I was going to get a compliment. You said earlier he did like this. So listeners, there was a compliment from Scott to me.
Yeah.
We can edit that in
No,
post production.
that's
there
going to
you
stay
go.
in, and we're going to use it again somehow.
That was a blooper, I think.
Right.
All right. Well, that's going to do it.
and
Yo.
just so we get it in,
Yeah.
just remember the Titans.
Oh, baby. 20 or 30 or however many.
I don't think it was said yet. I just want to make sure we got it
Yeah.
in.
All right. Now I want to fix my early onset Alzheimer's that I must have, and I cannot remember the Titans.
So I went home for lunch. I'm going to get this story in real quick. I went home for lunch today, and I'm watching TV while I'm eating my lunch, and I'm starting to pack up, get ready to go back to work. And on Freeform, here comes Remember the Titans.
No,
And I took a picture of it and was going to text it to you, but I let you off the hook, and therefore I did not send that.
My reply would have been, "What is this?"
well, a couple
Do
months
not
ago, a
recall.
month and a half ago, I never sent it. I forgot to, but you guys were giving Kelly crap about going to Farmersville.
Yeah.
So I was driving to Lincoln, and I took a picture of the overpass where the sign for Farmersville, because I'd seen it
okay.
before. Like, it
Yeah.
does exist.
It's a real
I
place.
meant to say it's
It
a
is
real,
a real
place.
place.
It's
Yeah.
a real place. Yeah. Yeah.
Good deal. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the Ultimate Trivia Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'd love to hear a review from you guys. We'll see you next time with more trivia and more fun. Until then, keep your brains sharp and your bellies laughing.